into it. Delts and arms today. We're going to take you through a full session. A little bit of an update on where I'm at, but next week I'm going to be doing a full sit down in terms of an update on me, the gain in phase so far, the details in terms of training, nutrition, what I'm doing behind the scenes, how my progress is going. But we'll give you an update in terms of the physique today, where body weight's at, take you through this session as always. Hope you enjoy. If you haven't subscribed, go down, click it now. We're 95, 98, something like that, away from 1,000. So go and see how many subs I've got at the moment. If I'm not at 1,000 yet, hit subscribe. If I am at 1,000, still hit sub. Team Pro Coach apparel is in. Sick. This is the, I think it's called the Premium Heavy Oversized Hoodie. It's got the black on black print. If you just type in Pro Coach merch, you'll be able to find it all. And the cool thing is you can select the color of the garment, but also the color of the logos. So you can have customization between the both. So you can have whatever color you want and whatever logo you want and make different combinations. Such high quality, make sure you go over, check it out and rep the brand. Can you see me? So first set here was sort of mid rep range, 12 to 15, I think I hit 13. We're then going up in weight, down in reps. So the heaviest set is set 2. I think I hit 8 reps on that second set. And now we're going right back off and doing a higher rep set, 15 to 20. So a nice approach, especially for smaller muscle groups, sort of joints that are a little bit more at risk of injury if you just go in heavy really quickly. So things such as lateral raises, tricep extensions, bicep curls, forming that mid rep range first, developing a good connection, getting a load of blood in there, and then doing your loading set second can sometimes work that a little bit better in terms of safety, but also just the amount of connection you get out of the exercise. So if you haven't thought about loading your rep scheme like that, give it a go on your smaller isolations and see how it feels. Lateral raise done. We've got 4 arm exercises now, 2 tricep, 2 bicep, then back on to lateral raises at the end. This delt and arm day, it's almost just a tag on day, so we haven't got any big compounds in there that are gonna fatigue me. I should be in and out of this session in 45 minutes, leaving feeling pretty fresh, just going through movements that aren't neurally taxing, but it's just extra stimulus for my delts and for my arms, which for me, in terms of my physique and the desire to be sort of competing in men's physique in the future, bringing that whole sort of top line up, thinking this out, and bringing that width to the shots is a big priority, hence the addition of this delt and arm day in my program. My favourite tricep movements is single arm cable. Find that anything single arm, you're obviously able mentally just to switch into one side, focus on one side, just staying locked in, driving into extension, just connecting with the tricep really well. In terms of setup on tricep extensions in general, we look at the strength profile of this movement going through extension. We're going to be strongest in sort of that mid-range when the elbow's around that 90-degree angle. We get a lot weaker as we progress into that final degree of flexion, and then we get progressively weaker as we go into extension here as well. So for me, I'm working from that mid-range to short range here. So when I'm setting up on this movement, I'm simply looking at the angle between my forearm and the cable, being a 90-degree angle at this position, meaning that this cable is creating the most torque demand on my elbow here. And then as I extend through, you'll see that that cable then closes right off into the elbow, meaning that that moment onto the elbow is decreased, torque demand is decreased, and thus the challenge on my tricep is decreased where I'm weakest down here. And what you'll find then, much like you saw on that last rep, is a case where as you start to reach the back end of the set, you're able to continue to push through those last reps, and you'll see almost a very consistent, slow rep as you hit failure, because it's progressively dropping off where you get weak, and you're able to then continue right the way to true failure across all ranges. Application wise, right angle at the start, closing off at the end, and then we're then matching that resistance profile to that strength profile of the movement. Good boy, done well. Next intake for the progress process kicks off tomorrow. If you're watching this on Sunday, kicks off on the 22nd of May. Looking forward to taking the next intake on. Photo shoot is on the 19th of August, so we'll be taking you guys up there again like we did for the last one. Eddie will be coming along with me, documenting the whole journey. This time, much like I did last weekend with Kev, I'm looking to get a few of the clients doing this intake on the YouTube, just to document their journey whilst they're doing it, then take you right through to the point where they're doing their photo shoot at the end, which is cool. So exciting times ahead. It's a really nice movement here to be training tricep in a little bit more of the length and range, almost like a cable skull crusher. So as opposed to the dumbbell skull crusher lying on a bench, like traditionally done, it's going to be a little bit more harsh on the elbows. We can set it up on the cable. The good thing about the Bravo is it's got the support pad here. If you haven't got this, simply just put a bench where this is and either sit or lean against it, and then set the cables up so that as you come into this position, they're crossed over, so the right cable's in the left hand and vice versa, meaning that as you then come down, you can quite easily see from that angle, that cable runs almost down that same line as the arm, so that it crosses the elbow, and everything in terms of the forces on the joint aligns with the direction it actually wants to go in. Training the length and range of tricep, a lot of people go right overhead. If you look at the anatomy of where that actually attaches, we're not lengthening the tricep anymore past this position, because past that point simply just comes from scapular movement. By doing an overhead, you're just putting yourself in a more unstable position, and you're not able to load it as safe or as heavy as if you were about here. As you'll see in this movement, elbow just above shoulder height, blocking in and extending through. Well, that last rep did not want to go. Skull crusher's done. We've got the new Nautilus machine curl, and then low cable curl, and we're training that length and range. And there's some laterals on the machines, so let's go over and get this done. I am toasted. I've just got a line. Look at my arm. Who thinks I'm burnt? Typical Englishman. First bit of nice weather. Sat in the garden all day working. Roasted. Oh. Starting to feel like I'm putting on a little bit of size though. Back up. Well, to put it in perspective, my lightest weight last year was 67 kilos. I'm now 76 kilos, so 9 kilos up from that point. Starting to fill out a little bit. Red like a lobster there. Feeling good. Such intense contraction on this. Yeah, much like the position over there of the skull crusher, I'm almost looking at the opposite of this with the bicep. So obviously that position is most lengthened for the tricep, but obviously they're most shortened for the bicep up here. So we're training that bicep in the very short range. But again, we don't need to go anywhere past that point to be training the short range. nice and locked in here. Shoving that upper arm down into this pad. Main thing here is just keeping that shoulder girdle steady. So obviously one of the heads of the bicep comes over the shoulder joint and attaches above there as well. So it's keeping that stable and then curling through, almost envisioning all of those fibers pulling in, contracting together, and that muscle getting shorter, and then lengthen under tension. See here, same principle, just trained in that shorter range up there. We're now moving into that lengthened range. So we're taking a little bit of a step forward from the cable and allowing that upper arm to travel just slightly behind me. Obviously, again, with the bicep being what we call a biarticular muscle, whereby it crosses two joints, the elbow and the shoulder. It's going to be most lengthened when your elbow's extended and your shoulder's extended. So for me, that's maximum shoulder extension and thus max bicep lengthening there. So all I'm going to do, load that position with the cable. Biceps done. My arms feel like they're going to explode. Machine laterals now, and then we're done. Testing, testing, 1, 2. That is delt on arms, ticked off. Very, very good session. It's nice now that we are, 3-4 weeks into the gaining phase now. I've got a lot more food in me. We're up at sort of like 3,000 calories training day now. I'm actually getting good pumps again, feeling full, starting to progress well. As I said, next week, we've got a couple of things coming. First of all, full update and breakdown in terms of where I'm at, how I'm going about this gaining phase and the plan of action moving forward. And maybe more excitingly, we've got a bit of an announcement for something coming next month. I'm going to be rolling out a little bit of a special surprise for you every single month for the people that support this channel, the guys and girls that subscribe, that engage and comment each week, that follow me on Instagram and are just part of this whole journey of following me, my clients, this awesome sort of road that we're going down. So keep an eye on next week's video. I'll make the announcement then and it will all be revealed, but it's exciting. I can't wait to let you guys know what it is. For now, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. Comment below as to how you found the YouTube so far. What was your favorite part of this video? And as always, do all that YouTuber stuff. Like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next video. Peace. My car's in the garage at the moment because someone kindly crashed into it whilst it was parked on the drive. Cheers, mate. I've been driving a Renault Clio around since. So Clio drivers, there's nothing wrong with a Clio, apart from you have a shit taste in cars.